How are we doing, people? Look at the sunshine. It's starting to heat up here in good old Melbourne. How's everyone's day been? I was about to say today is, good old Monday. It feels like a Monday, but it is actually Tuesday. So how's everyone's, as they normally call it, terrible Tuesdays, because normally everyone's recovering from a grand final hangover, and then everyone's, up and ready to rock and roll through that understanding. So I hope everyone is fantastic. Hey, Coco and everyone else, good to have everyone on. It's warm, Buffett. It is. It definitely is warm. I don't know how this came on, but my phone is playing some cosmic music. There you go. Normally when the live stream on, it doesn't play any music. Yanni, how are you, bro? Go Tigers. Yes. How was your trip in the States, man? It looked absolutely amazing. The States, I think there was Canada as well. It looked absolutely brilliant. I missed the States a little bit because obviously I lived there, and everything is big in America, and you've got it there. Obviously there's the good and bad. In Vegas there was the shooting, but that could happen anywhere. You know what I'm saying? And Miss Gemma Rice, how are we all going? So, what I want to talk about today is, a lot of people say to me, a lot of my clients say to me, Lee, how do I know what to, in my live streams, how do I know what to say? Because it's too forced. And if it's forced, then I don't want you to talk about it, because I want to talk about what's applicable, yeah? Mitch, how are you, brother? From Michigan. Look at that. There you go. Michigan. I used to love the Michigan Wolverines, man. And go Tigers, yes. I used to love when Chris Webber was there. That was my Chris Webber number 4. And when I played actually for Iowa Hawkeyes, second division. So the NCAA. Whoop. I almost ended up in that person's, in their boot. There you go. And Jez, good to have you on, sister. So I always like to lay all the cards on the table, and my motivation for this live stream is, life, there's going to be many bumpy roads, there's going to be many speed humps in life, but how to get over them and how to keep moving forward. So obviously if you prepare, and you have that mental preparation, and you constantly be aware of your thoughts and how you're going to get through everything in life, then you're not going to be in such a shock when something comes up, yeah? And at the end of the day, it's your choice how you allow it to affect you. Nicole, how are you? Sandy, absolutely loving everyone on today. Loving the energy. So I'm just going to put my car over here, because Lauren Frost, good to have you on. Good to have everyone on. This is fantastic. So very applicable. Really appreciate everyone's time. And MK Rod, good to have everyone on. So as I was saying, to be able to understand that in life there's going to be things that are going to be out of our control, yeah? There's going to be circumstances, there's going to be people, there's going to be weather, there's going to be whatever, you know what I'm saying? So to have all those understandings of what's going to be in control over our life and what not, is the what's in control over our life, that's what you want to pay attention to. That's where you want to be able to give your energy. That's where you want to put your focus. Because the things that we aren't control over isn't up to us, yeah? And we can't let that affect us. So once we create, and in life there will be speed humps, there will be road humps, and it's always a bumpy road. You can go to the top and you'll be going, you'll be doing these ones. But what I say to you people, you want to be able to come up with an understanding of how are you going to let it affect you or not, yeah? And as you have a plan and you're prepared, and obviously being able to have the correct mindset, they are going to help exponentially, yeah? Exponentially. George, how are you, brother? And Eleni, my sister, good to have you on. And in life, there's going to be things that we can cause ourselves, and there's also going to be things that, what if you created something that you can't control? If you created something that you can't control, then you better find a solution of it. So give me an example about that, Coco. So if you created something that you can't control, if you give me a specific, I'll be able to give you a specific answer. Because, there's a thing that you can always control everything, yeah? You are always in control of how you feel. You're always in control of how you allow things to affect you or not. It's when you become the victim, you allow yourself to become the victim of how you're allowing yourself to feel or not. And when you're putting yourself in a circumstance and a vibration, that is going to really make the difference of how you're going to be able to get through it or not. because you are in control of yourself, and if you create something, then you're in control of that yourself. Yeah, but I'd like to know a specific, Coco, if you could tell me. So another thing that you need to be really mindful about is, firstly, if you have preparation, if you worry about yesterday, depression, if you don't worry about now, you're going to get lost. And if you worry about tomorrow too much, you're going to get anxiety. So to understand about where you're going and life's bumpy roads is to understand and take the emotional connection out of it. And more importantly is, if you fuck up, learn from it. Say, okay, that's what I done wrong. I've learned from it, and then move on and make sure it doesn't happen again. And then, make sure that everyone else moves on from it. But if you keep fucking up doing the same thing, then obviously you're going to keep getting the same result. So in life as well, there's going to be circumstances that, you don't have control over, and it's up to you to allow it to affect you, disempower you, or empower you. Yeah? Because we can sit there, keep going in circles, we can sit there blame, we can sit there in judgment, we can sit there in all this other shit, or we can say, okay, cool, that could have been handled differently, let's move on from it. What did you learn? This is what I learned. Become a bigger, better person, with a stronger mindset from it. And, there's a lot of things in life, that are going to challenge us, other people, illness, situations, because not everyone and the universe and situations are going to read us from who we really are. Yeah, they're not going to read us for who we truly are, because there'll be times when someone else will elaborate who we are, and it'll be a misconception, or someone, everyone's got a different model of the world. You have to respect it, but you don't need to you respect it, but you don't need to agree with it. So in life, what I tell you to understand is that if you don't have a plan, you're going to stay stuck, and you're not going to know where to go. Yeah, and that's a simple thing. If you don't have a plan of, okay, where do I want to go tomorrow? How do I want to change my body? How do I want to change my abundance? How do I want to change my contribution? How do I want to change creating more leaders and creating a family? How do I want to change my self-love and relationship with others, relationship with myself? How do I want to change my forward forecasting? Because people will allow life to keep, so to speak, bending us over and doing wrong by us, because you do not have an exit plan. You do not have a plan to keep moving on. So what you'll keep doing, you'll keep going in circles, experiencing the pain. You need to go to yourself, enough is enough. Well, Melbourne's just great. There's a guy walking in pants, and he's got lipstick on, and he's got a crop top on and a bra. So there you go. He's a half cross-dresser. That was the sight for sore eyes. So anyway, what's the solution to him? Make sure if you're going to do it properly. Wear the whole outfit. Yeah. So all jokes aside, if you're in life, you're going to create problems, or problems are going to arise, because to be honest with you guys, most of the time we create it. Yeah, we will create it by putting out an energy that we're not sure of, or by understanding of something that but we're not even aware of. Yeah. And a lot of people are going through things in life now, but what are they? This is the issue here. They are very good about talking about it. They are very good at putting the wrong energy with it. They're very good at talking to other people about it that are going to add more bullshit to it, because a lot of people, let's be honest, all friends are biased. Yeah, I'm sure my friends will be biased, my family will be biased. Oh, actually, my family aren't. They always kick my ass. Yeah. So there's a lot of people, is if you're going to want to get the right advice, talk to someone on a neutral ground, because otherwise other people are going to go rah rah rah, keep putting all that. They're going to just add to the fire, which is not what we want to do. We want to put the fire out. We don't want to have a bigger fire, because everyone's going to get burnt. Yeah, and everyone knows that. So what we want to do, people, is understanding, okay, cool, you've come up to a bumpy road, you've come up to a challenge, you've come up to a roadblock. Okay, take the emotion out of it. How did we work through it? What's a better solution for it? And more importantly, what can you learn from it so you can grow stronger from it? Take it as a lesson. Take it as a blessing, yeah? Because if you sit there and keep looking at the negative, if you sit there and keep looking at, oh my God, it's beaten me, oh my God, it hurts, oh my God, and that, if you keep doing that, that's what you're going to get. You need to remove yourself out of the situation. You need to remove yourself out of the challenge or wall block. And then you need to say, okay, cool. All right, you know what? I get it now. So this is the solution. Take out the emotion, because most of the time when you're reacting in an emotion, you're going to feel pain. You're going to feel drained. You're not going to feel the right energy, yeah? And I'm talking this from experience, because if you go in, delve into it and allow it to affect you and say, hold on a second, you know, it's like jumping into a shallow end. You're going to end up breaking your neck because you've jumped into it and you've just realized, oh shit, it's too shallow, bang, you hit the end. But if you don't just jump straight away into it, you go, hold on a minute, you know what, I'll go up to that deep end, there's more water there, I'll jump in at the deep end, boom, and then you can swim away from it, yeah? I will give you a similar example. Close friends lends their cars and I get 2 speeding fines. Let me have a look at it. Speeding fines, now it's on me and they're putting it down. Okay, let me have a look. I'll similar example. Close friends lends me their cars. I get 2 speeding fines and now it's put on me. All right, then with that example, that if they lend you their car and you need to know when you were driving, yeah, and you need to be honest, okay, like you want to make sure, get the specifics from it. You know, honesty is very important as well. You want to say, okay, cool. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's what you really need. That's very important for you to have a look at. Okay, cool. All right, I was using the car at this date and that date. You want to know which dates it was, and then that's great. Okay, cool. If you weren't, then you weren't. You want to find out, you know, and unfortunately, if with friends, it shouldn't be like that. You know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't be, okay, you got speeding fines or whatever. Just find out when it wasn't. So it was me. Okay, if it was you, then and that's fine. If it was speeding fines, then you do the right thing by it, and obviously, you know, you sort it out. That's simple. You know, if you've created a solution and can't control it, you can control it. Then obviously you're going to have to find a way to pay the fines and move on. And you know, there you go. Simple source. But they're saying you're shit. You have fucked me over. They're not real friends then. You know, you just have to, and you have to say, okay, it was an accident, I'll pay it, and simple, yeah? And that's what you need to do, and that's a simple thing. At the end of the day, a friend shouldn't be speaking to you like that. You know, yes, people get emotional, yes, people talk from emotion, they say the wrong things, but find a solution in it, yeah? And find a solution. There's a roadblock, it comes up to this. Hey guys, you know what? I haven't fucked you over. I didn't purposely want to get the speeding fine. I did. How much is it? Boom. Okay, give it to me. I'll sort it out. Thank you. Then you move on from that, yeah? Otherwise, yeah, and just say to them, well, look, I didn't fuck you over for you to think like that. That's very wrong. And then move on from it. If they want to stay and argue, keep fighting, then it's up to you if you want to stay there and keep copying it in the face. It's completely up to you. Yeah? So, in life, you're going to have bigger roadblocks. You're going to have, you know, things that, you know, are taken from you. You're going to come up with, some people have illnesses. Some people experience death, some people experience, you know, accidents, so on and so forth. So there's a lot of different things that are happening, yeah? I just want to get out of this way. Brad McIntyre, how you going? Bundy, how's it rolling, mate? I'm good. I can't see the rest of that message because I am driving and I'm going to be responsible because we don't want a live accident or a live road rage. And yeah, it's really exciting as well that, you know, you can get caught up with, you know, if you act too reactive with a lot of things, if you act too, what's the word? If you act too spontaneous with a lot of stuff as well, what ends up happening, Ante, my brother, we have to catch up, man. I told you today, in the next couple of days, we're gonna be catching up. You said you're in, I know where you're in, so I'm in the city, so we'll have to catch up for a coffee. And, you know, there's certain things that, you know, that what you'll be doing that they will get removed from you, and they will get, you know, taken from you. Certain other people will, you know, get caught up with the riffraff and all the rest of it. So what you need to understand, people, is you need to lead the situation in a way it needs to be led, yeah? So the way you need to lead a situation is by moving forward and understanding. Every action has a reaction. Is that what you're saying? Exactly. So with every reaction has an action that, you know, you really want to be mindful about how you're responding to certain things, yeah? You can sit there and allow yourself to be the boxing bag, and it doesn't feel great, yeah? Or you can lead the situation in a way that, you know, you're going to feel better for it, you're serving it better, because most of the time there's one part of the party that's acting weak, that's acting emotional, that, you know, they aren't really using their brain, you know, they're speaking from their head, not the heart. And through that reaction is that, you know, we all know we fuck up. I know that I fuck up being an emotional instead of thinking about it. You act in a certain way. Okay, cool. Well, you know, how could I have handled it better? Boom. Just don't do that again. All right, fantastic. You know, lesson learned. Move on. Yeah, you don't want to sit there, but you did, and you said, and you said, and you said. Well, okay, yeah, we know there's something went wrong there. Let's move on from it. You know, I don't want to live in that life. Maybe you guys do. It's up to you. But You need to leave the situation and just saying, well, what are you able to, or what you are comfortable with moving through, and what you are, what are you comfortable not. If you want to stay in arguments and argue with people all your life, get nowhere, and it's basically wasting energy in that, that's up to you as well. But if if you've got something else that comes up, with anything, it can be with health, can be finance, can be with people, can be relationship. You need to sit down and communicate with yourself firstly. What's the solution? Communicate with yourself firstly. Then communicate with the other or others. What's the solution, and being able to lead it. Guys, we need to come here to find a solution. If people aren't willing to meet halfway for that solution, then you need to make a clear choice about, do you want to keep in this interaction? Do you want to keep banging your head against the wall? Do you want to be able to, well, it's really up to you guys if you want to keep living like that. If someone doesn't want to meet you halfway, then it's up to you if you want to keep allowing yourself to feel that way. Let's just park here for a sec. Hey, Peter. People use logic and heart with some mind and spirit. People use logic and heart with some mind and spirit. Yeah, and that's it. That's what it's about. I always like talking from the heart, because it does have logic and does have spirit. And with the heart, it takes out, not always. There's times when I know that I fuck up. I fuck up a lot. And at least I'm big enough and ugly enough to say I do, because then it goes, okay, cool, let's have the awareness. There's room for improvement. Where's the room for improvement? Well, this is the gap that we need to finish. This is the gap that we need to be able to learn from. All right, but people say, no, hold on, I haven't done nothing wrong. What that leaves is a blindfold for them, because what happens is, if there's a hole over there, and I say, well, I didn't dig that hole. No, there's no hole there. Because I don't know there's a hole there, next time I'll fall into it, but I will fall right into it, yeah? So understanding where we're going wrong, it's the whole thing about the 4 pillars of awareness. You have awareness because you fucked up, pain, or, pain, dissatisfaction or something. Then you have understanding from it. So the awareness, the understanding, well, something went wrong, or someone else is telling you that you've done something wrong, or you get the feeling. Then you need to remove yourself. Don't stay in the pain. Don't stay in the problem. Remove yourself from the problem. Don't sit there and keep going over it in your mind 100 miles an hour, and this happened, this is fucked. And then recondition, so you don't allow it to happen again. Because if we aren't in control of our minds, if we aren't programming our minds, other people will program our minds, and the world will program our minds. Situations will program our minds. Negativity will program our minds. Society, and so on and so forth. So if you aren't programming your mind every day, and I'll be honest with you guys, the last, say, probably 4 days, I've allowed myself to be lazy. I've allowed myself not to be anything but close to my potential. And it's absolutely scary that you don't understand that the conditioning, other people's negativity, the world of TV and society, if you aren't programming your mind every day, you are fucked. Yeah, you are. I know my quality of life in the last 4 days has gone down, because it's completely what's happened to that, having the wrong influences, people not upholding themselves right, so on and so forth. And it's really, really made a massive difference in my my being, my frequency, and the rest of that. Because, and you know what? And I'm big on us. Practice what you preach. Okay, get on to that. And this is what I say. If you aren't putting the doors up, if you aren't standing guard at the doors of your mind every day, and I'm saying 2-3 times a day, if you have certain people around you, if you are in certain environments, if you are listening to certain other people, you are in for a really dark and tough ride that you are going to be. There is so much negativity, there is so much delusion, there is so much lies, there's so much deliberate dark energy, there is just so much toxic everything, that you guys need to understand that, whoa, you are in for a really hard ride. You know how you said, how there's bumps like that? You are going to be hitting rock bottom, and it's going to be hard to get up. It's really going to be hard to get up. And I'm talking from experience. I've been doing this stuff for a long time. When I allow myself to say, hey, let's just, I'm going to be lazy, or, I'll do it another time, or I'll get distracted from it, it is really, really scary, guys. Mercedes D'Angelo, what a cool name. What if what if you are your own worst enemy? You can push the blame on others, but it's you. Of course, we get out of your own way. Don't blame others, because if you know you're your own worst enemy, then fix it. If you want to be a coward and blame others, then that's up to you, yeah? And that's simple. If you know if that is you, then you need to make sure. Miss Tracy Lee James, how are you, sister? Long time no speak. Where have you been? Where have you been? Miss ya. Yeah, so does that make sense? Does that make sense, Mercedes? Mercedes-Benz? That's a cool name. Mercedes D'Angelo. Awesome. So, yeah, that's a simple thing. If you know where you're fucking up, then okay, be a big enough woman, be a big enough man. I know where I'm fucking up, and then fix it. Yeah, then be able to put the things into place and fix it. Because if you're going to obviously allow yourself to keep getting pounded, or keep getting listening to fucking that up, or something happens, because at the end of the day, certain things are going to happen in life where people are going to think that you purposely did it. Yeah. Or people that see their model of the world and they're going to go, well, you did this and this happened and the rest of it. And you can sit there, you can go, well, you can talk until you go blue in the face, or you just say, hey, enough's enough. I'm not dealing with this. I've told you, and that's the rest of it. And then you can move on from that. Because with the challenges, it's up to you if you want to be able to see, great to see you on them. Is that a lady? Are you writing in Greek, a lady? So, whatever you amazing people are going through, men and women, if there's a couple aliens on here, this is what I want you to take away from this. With the certain things that are happening in life, I'm talking from experience, I'm talking from how many people I speak to throughout a day, my clients, my friends, family, myself, everyone around me. This is the thing. From every time you open your mouth and what you do and how you talk and whatever's going on, what you need to understand is, what is the solution from going from it? Do you want to sit there and keep going on in the pain and the rest of it, or do you want to move on to something else? And you need to say this: if someone else isn't going to listen or believe you for who you are, you need to firstly be honest with yourself. If you fucked up or whatever challenges on the road, you need to always find, okay, how are we going to get through this without it affecting me so bad that I'm not going to be able to get through it? How am I going to be able to put myself in a state, in a presence, in an energy that I'm going to be able to get through this without it affecting me physically, mentally, spiritually? Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's the biggest and simplest thing. Let's just keep it simple, stupid. Yeah. Because if you go into any problem, you can make it as big, and it's a tiny problem, and it will destroy you mentally, physically, fucking relationshiply, whatever. But you can have this fucking tsunami coming at you, a tsunami of problems. You can either go, oh my God, sit there and just don't what, and all of a sudden the tsunami knocks you over. Or you can say, fuck, you know what I need to do? There's a tsunami coming. I need to get to the highest point, bigger than tsunami, so I don't get washed up. Yeah? Take out the strain, take out the stress, take out the pain, take out all that other bullshit. Mercedes goes, okay, I'll find a solution, copy that. However, what happens if one is lost and it doesn't even know what the solution is? So if you're lost and you don't know the solution, then get around someone that can lead you to the solution, yeah? Have people that can lead you, that can keep you accountable. Have people that have been through hell and constantly go through hell and can lead you to a better solution, yeah? Because guess what? Life isn't rainbows and roses, yeah? Life isn't like the movies and the rest of it. You know that shit's always going to happen. You know you're going to fuck up. People are going to fuck up. Whatever's going to fuck up. But what I say, people, it's how you get back on the horse. It's how you jump back on that horse and cart and ride the fuck to your greater existence. Now, that's judge of character, yeah? That is the judge of character there. How are you willing to take out the emotion that doesn't get you anywhere? Tell me something. The only thing that I say about emotion and the feeling, it's the feeling. Get into a feeling that powers you on to make you into a better you, to get you up off your ass, to make you into a better woman, to make you into a better man, to make you tell the truth, to make you be a better person. That's the energy and emotion that I'm looking for. The emotion that lets you sit there, look for fucking problems, look for pain, looks for lies, looks for all that fucking other shit, listen to other people, they feed you fucking significance and feed the flame. That doesn't get you anywhere. You're just going to have a bigger roadblock at the end of the day. So that's what I'm talking about, people. Get around people that obviously are going to lead you and the rest of that. I know I fuck up, I put my hand up straight away. I know I fucked up the other day. I put my hand up and go, okay, could have handled a bit better, because I allowed old conditioning, I allowed emotion to get in the way. I allowed emotion as a reaction, yeah? And that's a simple thing. And through that time, okay, cool, what did I learn from it? Don't do it again, do it some other way and move on from it. Not sit there and go, oh, it's been 2 months now. Oh. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's get on with life. And that's it. If you don't want to get on with life, then that's up to you. If people don't want to get on with you with life, that's up to them. Don't sit there and just keep copping punches. You need to move on, because tomorrow might not be around the corner. You know what I mean? Tomorrow might not be on the corner. If you're going to, you know, if someone does something, if someone fucks up and you keep looking at that person in that bad perspective, that's a shame on you, because a person isn't their actions or their behaviors. Do you know what I mean? Because if they do it once, that doesn't mean, oh my God, that person's because one person gets angry once, they're an angry person. Or someone gets sad, oh, they're a sad person. That's not fair, guys. You know what I'm saying? So this is what you need to be able to move. People aren't their actions or their behaviors. That will happen once or twice, and you can't put a title or a name on them. That's it. Forgive them. Forgive yourself. Move on to bigger and better things. Look, because life is fucking short. And that's what it's about. Stop creating roadblocks, because you have roadblocks your whole life. If you say it's hard, it's hard. If you say you're tired, you're tired. If you say that person's a fuckhead, do you know what I mean? You're going to say it. If you say you're a fuckhead, you're going to be it. So stop creating roadblocks, and at the end of the day, start creating solutions by focusing on everything on your solutions. Start putting your energy into everywhere you're going and moving that forward, because you know what? There is enough fucking resistance in the world without you pulling on the handbrake. There's enough resistance without you throwing a spanner in there, without listening to other people to feed your significance. And that's it. That is it. The worst thing you can do if something's going on is ask a friend or ask someone that is biased to fuel your fucking fire. Yeah, and that's where it's about. If everyone could see it like that. Yeah, and that's so true, Tracy. You know, like, and that's how we need to lead it. If everyone wants to see it, this is the first thing. If you want everyone to see it, Tracy, then everyone in your world, you lead them as a reflection from what I'm teaching you, but the way you want to teach it. And then what you can do, whoever wants to go for a higher vibration, you'll be able to lead them, you showing up being that change. Yeah, and that's what it's about. It's about you showing up being that change. And if you can't brainwash people to be this, to be that. But if you want to have everyone to see it, you be the reflection. You stand strong at the doors of your mind, guarding your true ambitions of who you truly are. And then everyone, they will sit there. They will either change. They will either come to your vibration or not. And that's simply what it is, people. Life is going to be a bumpy road. What I say, life doesn't go like this, it goes like that. So constantly keep crawling and understanding and climbing, but it's going to be up and down, up and down. It's simple, yeah? You know what's funny? As I was driving, there's people there, so obviously they can see I'm doing a live stream, or I could be doing it, and I'm doing a live stream there. People really find it, you know, they find it entertaining. Like, it's just, I don't know, that's their model of the world, yeah, but I really see them, like, they find it, you know, they start to giggle, or people pull up next to me. Maybe they're just not used to that, or they probably couldn't do it. I find that really interesting, but anyway, there you go. So people, this is the, be the solution or be the problem. It's completely up to you, yeah? And that's it. If you know you've done something wrong, be honest enough to know that you've done something wrong and move on to something, yeah? And the rest of it. I know with myself, I will be the big enough person, say I've done something wrong, and then I will recondition so I don't do it again, yeah? And it's very simple as well. There's going to be different circumstances that challenge us. They don't know what they don't know, and that's it as well. And if you know that you keep fucking up, because obviously, you know, you do, and don't say, oh, I don't know how to change myself. Yes, stop talking and start listening to your heart, because if you say I don't know how to change myself, you actually do, yeah? And you know that, because you know what you're doing wrong, you know how you're doing it wrong. So guys, this is something that's been very powerful for, let's call it, you know, Trashy Tuesdays or whatever it is, you know, we call them Muck Up Mondays, Trashy Tuesdays, Wake Up Wednesdays, you know, Thoughtful Thursdays, and Feeling for Fridays. You know what I'm saying? Let's just put anything to it. So this is much needed. I know it was much needed for myself. I know it's much needed for all you and all the people I've been speaking to. with life, there's going to be challenges, and through my True Authentic Reality team tonight, guess what we're going to be teaching on? It's to find a solution, to be able to condition your mind to find a solution in every problem and challenge. That is huge. Yeah, you be the change that you want to see in others. You be the change that you want to see in the world. Okay, yes, we slip up, yes, we do the wrong thing, but it's how we get back up and how we lead others, how we lead ourselves to a better solution and to a higher purpose. Have an amazing Tuesday, guys. I'm going to go and get my party pack on. I was about to say, I've actually popped a disc in my back, bulging disc. So I'm just going to do a little bit of light movement just to get the body going. Have a fantastic day. Rock on. Be the best version of you and be the reflection that you want to see in others. Take care.